Order at 4 o'clock. First thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the September 5th meeting.
I will make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve in a second. All in favor? 2A, consideration and final action for final plat. Drew, you want to?
I'm going to be Drew today since it's,
Okay.
quiet. So no pressure. So 2A is a final plat of Town Creek Crossing establishing Block 1, Lots 1 and 2, and Block 2, Lots 1, 2, and 3, a subdivision containing 15.030 acres, more or less situated in Walter Foskate Survey, abstract number 138, City of Kerrville, Kerr County, Texas, and located on Dillon Road near the intersection with Holdsworth Drive. So this is a plat that was, a preliminary plat was approved. Let me find my notes here.
July 1st, 2021?
Yes, sir. And anyway, they've gone through the process of getting the civil plans approved. They've done all the installation. They've had inspections done. We're just working on a few details. So there are some conditions that go along with the plat. And I'm going to quickly read through them just so there's no confusion with anyone about what needs to be done. Some are pretty minor. If you have any questions along the way, please let me know and we can talk about them more. The first one, they submitted an application, wasn't complete for a few reasons, so they still need to complete that application with payment of the fee, so pretty basic things. There's a labeling issue with the plat number. The preliminary plat was approved on 7/1/21. They need to put the case number on there. Drew's title changed since they last did their preliminary plat, so that needs to be updated. They need to include P&Z approval signature blocks since you're the approving body. That needed to get added. They needed to update the plat description. The one at the top of the page was correct. The one on the lower right didn't match, so they're going to correct that. And then under the signature block, the addressing signature block, just a little spelling error. And then waiver for damages signature block is another standard block that goes on a plat as well. So those were more the formatting issues. The next set of conditions are mostly from engineering, all part of the subdivision code. Part of them completing their improvements and getting inspected and approved is to provide a maintenance bond, which they're in the process of obtaining. They also need to get their final letter from engineering saying that they've met all the engineering conditions for approval of the project. And then there were a couple areas where we just needed clarifications where they're still working with staff on how to actually represent things on the plat. The first one was Town Creek Road itself, the existing one. They show part of the road and not parts of the other, and we want to make sure that that gets included on the plat so it doesn't accidentally go away. So they're working through that. There's also an extension called Future Dillon Road. They wanted to dedicate it as right-of-way, but the city doesn't typically accept right-of-way until improvements are in there because they actually will, the city will then own and maintain that, and the city doesn't want to own raw land, so they need to clarify whether they're going to call that an easement or they're going to take it out and include it as a remainder in that final plat, just so the city doesn't end up owning unimproved public land. And then the last one is to clarify with staff, there is one lot shown on the plat that's in a floodway. Typically, we aren't comfortable approving, and code doesn't typically allow approval of lots in a floodway because they're undevelopable. So we're working that out with them as well to figure out how they want to address that particular issue. So those are the conditions, and staff is fine with the conditions, and we recommend approval with conditions. So
Go ahead.
I appreciate all the attention to detail on the plat itself. My question is simple, I think. What would be the procedure if they didn't provide the bond or one of these major items didn't happen?
Yeah, so if they don't complete the conditions of approval, the plat would not get signed and it would not get recorded. And then after 2 years, I think the plat expires and they would have to start all over again.
So at any point that they do complete all those conditions, then our approval goes
It would
forward?
automatically, if you approve it today, you're giving staff the ability to check all of those things off so that we can do that kind of behind the scenes without coming back.
It has to
Thank
be completed and then brought for signature, or it's not approved. So does this give you guys any pause of, seems like a pretty amateurish,
It was,
situation.
yes, so the folks involved with the project had some personal issues come up, so it's kind of a last minute push to get things over the goal line so that they can then come back next week, deal with staff to hammer these things out and make it good. And we're trying to fit within the 30-day approval timeline. So once we accept a plat, we have 30 days to either approve it or deny it. If we deny it, it opens up a whole new can of worms for them with having to reapply and other types of things. So we opted to move forward with approval of the plat with the conditions.
I'm assuming you're confident that they're going to be able to,
Yes, since they have the
Meet all the-
infrastructure installed, they have a pretty heavy investment, and it's in their best interest to now create legal lots so they can actually go do lot development now. All the infrastructure is in, and that was a pretty significant investment, so.
the questions? Well, if there's no questions, I'll entertain a motion on the final plat approval, subject to the conditions staff has provided.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve.
A second?
Second, motion to approve and second, all in favor? All right.
All right. Thank you all. We did have a second case that got withdrawn. It was for tattoo conditional use permit. They had some issues with their leasing of their space, so they withdrew their application and they're looking for a new location. So. And now Drew will give the update.
Our next regular meeting is November 7th. We do have the October 23rd meeting for the Downtown Advisory Committee will meet at 2 o'clock. Y'all are welcome to attend if you would like. The Comprehensive Plan Advisory Committee, which is Planning and Zoning Commission, is at 4 o'clock. And the public meeting is at Arcadia Theater at 6 o'clock, and you're welcome to attend that one as well. We will have some refreshments and snacks at the public meeting. The Downtown Advisory Committee and the Comp Plan Committee will be getting a presentation from Friesen Nichols, going over their findings from the public survey that went out and some of their chapter updates that they've worked through so far, just to give you guys an update. And then some dialogue and feedback on those proposals. The public meeting, they'll be presenting everything to the public in a short presentation, and then have several workstations for the downtown master plan, the Nimitz area lake plan, and several other specific topics. So it'll be kind of a working meeting with the public at the Arcadia Theater.
This location for the 2 and 4 meeting?
Yes, the 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock will be in here. Again, the public meeting will be at Arcadia because we're hoping to have a good crowd.
So are they conducting the 6 o'clock meeting at the Arcadia? Or
Yes.
are we? They are?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll be presenting it. We're going to cross-post all of the different boards that are involved so that anyone's welcome to attend. We won't have any quorum issues if everybody shows up. You won't have any formal business at 2 o'clock as Planning and Zoning Commission, and no formal business at the 6 o'clock meeting because it is just a public town hall meeting. But knowing that you guys are actively involved, we want to make sure you're able to all attend if you choose to. Any other questions? That's all I have. See you guys on October 23rd, and then again, our regular meeting will be November 7th.
All right, 4:10, we're adjourned. Record.